Welcome to All the Mods 10 to the sky. Guys, it's finally here. I am so excited to jump into this pack. If you have been following along my regular All the Mods 10 series or my Nobi series, don't worry, those will still continue. But now we have 10 Sky as well. We're going crazy. All three series at once. Hopefully it'll work out. I am just going to commit to having no life for the next couple of weeks and pump out videos as fast as I can. If you are new to the channel, I am the Voos. Welcome. Hopefully I can share my knowledge of modded Minecraft with you and even provide some entertainment along the way. A couple of things to note: I always add chapters to my videos, so you will be able to easily navigate to what you're looking for, so please use those. You can expect to see a ton of Super Factory Manager in this series, and I will be posting the code for those in the description as well. It will be a paste bin link. In general, just take a look down there. I try to be as helpful as I can. I also tend to do quick episode recaps in the beginning of the video to showcase the things that we did in that episode, just to make it easier for you to find the video that you are looking for. So in this first episode, we just cover the basics: twerk for trees, make a little platform, work our way to a cobblestone generator, and get some diamonds. With all that being said, welcome and enjoy the series. This is where our journey begins. Well, we're actually going to move somewhere else. If you are playing single player, you can spawn in here and just kind of start playing. But if you're on a server, you might want to do skyblock GUI and create your team. We will call this the Voos. That's me. And here you can select the settings for your island. And we have simple life, which is this one where we're at right now. There's a witch cottage, the default, sanguine sanctuary. These all look very nice, but when there are buildings already built, I kind of feel confined to them, and I don't like that feeling. So I think we're just going to start with the default, and then when you guys are also, if you're following along, you'll be able to follow along no matter which island that you've decided to pick. So we will press create. And here we are. So let the twerking and wood gathering begin. Ultimine is in the pack, so if you hold the tilde key, that is the one next to your one key, you can chop down the whole tree at once. This is a really weird shape, but let's go ahead and make a crafting table on a stick. This, and with this crafting table on a stick, you can have a crafting table while you're on the move, even though we have a small island. But what's cool is you can put this in your curio slots and use your keybind to open it up. I forget what it is by default. I put mine on the F key, so do with that information as you will. Let's gather some dirt and expand our platform. There was one piece of dirt I lost. Anyways, this should be good enough for now. We just have to twerk, and this thing will grow again. Ultimine, rinse and repeat. I'm going to do this a few more times. All right, this should be enough wood to hold us over. Let's make some chests. So we have some basic storage. And make our first tool. If you shift and right click on the dirt, you'll get these little pebbles. And these pebbles, like stone, that's just how you're going to get cobblestone and stone in the beginning. So if you hold down shift, you see how slowly that's going? Or if you hold down right click, I have a keybind set, basically insta clicks, so you can see that we get a lot more. And I'm just going to hold this down for a little bit to get a bunch of these pebbles. Because if I walk forward and pick them up, they'll go in my hotbar. You need an empty hand to do this, and if they go in your hotbar, then it'll stop and you have to keep clearing your hand so you can continue doing this. But if you just hold down your keys get a bunch going. You don't have to do this all the time. It's rather annoying. All right, that should be good. So now you can see my whole inventory is filled up. If you hold Shift and press K, you can see that it compresses those down. So I'm going to press those for everything. And let's pick up the remainder. So now we have the compressed version of all of those. And we can delete the rest. There's the trash can slot over here. It's T by default, but I have it bound to E. So here's all the things. Let's keep the cobblestone and the diorite, deep slate, blackstone, basalt, andesite. Those guys we'll get rid of. So this gives us access to a furnace, first of all. Also, that torch will be nice so we can provide some light for you guys. And we can put the furnace down over here. And let's make some tools. We're going to want a couple of crooks. I think 10 will probably be good. That gives us our first silkworm, which is nice. And we can use the silkworm to get string. So let's grow this tree again, and then we put the silkworm in there, and it's going to infest all the leaves. And when we harvest it, we'll get string. So let's also make a crucible. I spawned in a desert, guys, so I don't think it's going to be raining anytime soon. So we'll need to make a wood crucible in order to make some water. So I will need one more log and some slabs. And throughout any mod pack, JEI is your friend, trust me. So if you look at this crucible and you press U on it, you can see up here it says water crucible, and this shows you all the different things that go in it. And typically it should also show you the heat sources for it. I guess it's not in here. Maybe it's not set up yet, but let's try this one. This one shows up for the heat sources. So you can see how much the burn rate will be. So a block of uranium will be 20 times the speed. Same thing, all of the uraniums. Superheating element will be nice, 60x for that one, so we'll keep that in mind. But right now we're just going to stick with the torch. Make sure you break the leaves with your crook, otherwise you will not get the string. So we have that. The wood can go, and my goal first is going to be to get some kind of cobble gen going. So with that, we want to make a compressed hammer. And the compressed hammers are nice because they will be able to break down compressed pieces. Sure, 16. So we have 2 compressed hammers. Let's also make a stone wand. Or I guess it's not wands anymore, it's sticks. We only can make the stick one, which is 3 blocks. At that point, might as well just not use it. So let's make a sieve, which means we need more sticks. And I guess we can make 5 for now. That'll be fine. And we can make 3 string meshes. So these other 2, let's pick up. All right, this is going to help us get everything we need, basically. It is going to help us get iron and ores and sand and gravel and dust. And we'll also need water. So you can put the crucible on top of a torch, and then you put the saplings in there, and it'll convert it into water. I think I just used up more saplings than I needed to, but that's okay. So what we can do is compress this cobblestone. So you can see I pressed Shift K on it to compress those guys down. And now, instead of breaking down all those stacks, we only have to break down a little bit. Let's be careful not to fall down. All right, so we use our compressed hammer. And with just that, we get all this compressed gravel, which we can decompress and sift through here. Oops, that's my other thing. And you can see this is my fast clicker again. So if you have a fast clicker, it's going to work for sieves also. Now let's take a look. So with the string mesh, so if you press U on this guy, the string mesh doing gravel, these are all the ores that you get. As soon as we upgrade to flint, we're going to start getting dripstone. And what else? I think it's just the dripstone that's extra. But then that allows us to go to iron, which will give us diamonds. So we want to be able to upgrade to iron. I'm going to stop this here for now and continue compressing these down. So the gravel we will break down into sand. Sand would be useful for glass, because we're trying to make these cobblestone generators and they require glass, and then we'll have to do the water and the lava as well. So let's break all of this down into sand. And can I smelt a compressed? No. That would have been nice, huh? We'll make 9 glass. And then this guy has 1 bucket of water. Perfect. How about we try to make another bucket? That way we'll have an infinite water source. And then the sand we're going to break down into dust, because the dust will give us the clay that we need for the buckets. So let's keep a stack of dust, and then the rest of them we can run through the sieve. Actually, let's take a look. The string one, is flint going to be better for us? Yeah, let's upgrade these to flint. All right, that should be good for now. Let's put all this junk away. We'll keep the bone meal. The iron, you just press K on it, so we have 3 iron ore now. I wish I had more copper, because then we could ore double these. But for now, I'm just going to smelt them. Do we have coal? We sure do. Yeah, you can convert these guys into tiny coal. And tiny coal will give you 1. So each tiny coal will smelt 1 item. But I don't know, it just takes up, you have to like refill the furnace so much like more frequently that I don't like doing that. So I'm just going to leave it as the regular coal. And then we can smelt this iron to get a bucket or whatever else we want. But let's also make some clay. So we are going to be needing a barrel. And we'll just make an oak one. I should have had... Alright, here is our barrel, and then we can use this guy to make a bucket. We're going to be needing more saplings. So let's grow these guys. We might also be able to just make it flint. We'll grow this guy, and if we grab a couple of flint, can we make shears with that? We sure can. And with the shears, we can grab leaves, and you can put the leaves in here instead of your saplings, so you can keep the saplings. All right, let's make a little area. By the way, this thing, you see all the arrows showing up? So when it does, you want to look at on the block below you, and it gives you those arrows below. That's how you place it underneath. If it's giving you these ones, it's not going to place it below. So you kind of have to look down, and then when you get the arrows pointing down, that's how you know you can place it there. So I'm going to put one there, a little something like this, and then we can make an infinite water source. And now we can pick that up, and if we use our dust in our offhand, oh, that doesn't work. Can we do it the other way? No. Ah, that's not what I want to do. Here. So we put the water in there. There we go. All right, that should be enough. Let's grab some of those along with the bone meal, and we can make this porcelain clay. So we'll use 7 to make a crucible, and then 3 more for another bucket. All right, and then we're gonna smelt both of these guys down. And we can get rid of this because we don't need it anymore. We have infinite water. All right, with this bucket, we can hold water. And then I'm going to need one more piece of cobblestone, aren't I? Let me just do some clicking. Oh, that's so annoying. That should be enough. And we can use, I think deep slate can go in the crucible, can't it? It sure can. It gives us 250 millibuckets, so we're going to be needing just a couple of those. Let's put that above the torch, and then we can use the deep slate instead of our cobblestone in here. So we put 4 in there, and that should give us 1 bucket of lava in a long time. Okay, and we have the glass, so that means we are ready to make... As soon as this lava is ready, we are ready to make our cobblestone generator. At least the stone tier, and then copper will be next. So let's start with the stone one, and that way we don't have to do the shift clicking thing anymore, which will be very nice. So in order to store the cobblestone, we're going to be using drawers. So let's go ahead and make some chests. And can we do the compacting one already or no? Not yet. We'll get into that later. So you can see it's giving us oak cupboards, and I want drawers, and the little arrow to change it doesn't exist with crafting table on a stick, so maybe we need to make a normal crafting table, and hopefully that will work. No. So there is a recipe conflict with the oak drawers from functional storage. And usually when this happens, there's a little button that you can press and you can switch the recipe to the other one. Obviously that's not here, so there's literally no way for me to, at this moment, craft an oak drawer, which is a problem. You guys won't have this problem. It's been fixed in the full release version. I'm running the beta right now, obviously, because I'm playing this before it is released. But for you guys, it'll be fixed and you can make the drawer. We can do a couple things. We can make a 1x2, and this one doesn't have the recipe conflict. We could also make the functional, the sophisticated storage barrels. So these guys should work also. It just requires a piece of redstone. So I think for the moment, I'm going to stick with the 1x2. Let's maybe build a little area for that guy to go through. I'm sorry to do this, but I'm going to do with diorite just because we don't have blocks, and then we can change it over to stone later. So let's make something like this. So the way those cobble gen works, you do have to put lava and water around. So over here, we'll put the cobble gen, and then here will be lava and here will be water. So let's do that. And then we can make slabs to put on top. That way we won't accidentally walk into lava or whatever. All right, so lava and water is going to go there. The cobble gen goes in the middle. I just realized I have to pick these guys up. Let's make a Paxel real quick. So we need pickaxe, shovel, and axe, and then we put them like this, and we get a Paxel. And this Paxel is nice because it can mine everything as well as dirt and wood and all that stuff. So we are almost ready. There it is, 1 bucket of lava. So now we can go ahead and create that cobble gen. And if you used the porcelain bucket with lava, if you picked up lava, it would break, but it doesn't break for water. So cobble gen goes down over there, and then we need to put water on one side, and then we'll put lava on the other side. And this is going to start producing cobblestone and push it up into this drawer above it. So while that's happening, let's upgrade these chests to their sophisticated storage counterparts. Which will be these basic tier upgrades. So we need 4. We might actually need 8 redstone torches, but let's try it with 4. And you shift right click. Yeah, so it takes 2 for each one. So let's make 4 more upgrades. All right, and this is going to allow us to upgrade them as we go and put stack upgrades in there so we can stack more things, which will be much nicer. By the way, if you want to grow a taller tree, so I'm going to put the sapling next to this crucible, and when we shift to grow this, it's not going to give us the short tree because it can't grow in this space. So it's going to have to clear this block space, so it's going to get a little bit of a bigger tree. So you can use that. To get the bigger trees. All right, so we finally have the other buckets that we can put over here. And now this is going to start getting, oh, it's getting diorite because I put diorite underneath it. Easy fix. Break the diorite. Now we're getting cobblestone. Let's block that hole and choom. All right, so now we have cobblestone somewhat automated, and we don't have to do the pebble thing anymore. We will for like blackstone and stuff like that, but we're gonna remedy that situation also. I went ahead and put the silkworm in another tree, and we're getting more flint meshes. So now we have 6 total. And we can use this little platform to sieve. So here's some dust, and we can sieve the dust. And now the sieving games begin. What we really need now is more copper and iron, which comes from gravel. So we're going to grab more of this cobblestone and compress it down. So we have 22 of these guys. And we can uncompress the gravel and do this. So we're going to need a bunch more lava in order to upgrade our cobblestone generator, because this one's really slow right now. And so is this. This is also slow. But we actually have all of the ingredients required to do the superheating coil. So we need 4 copper and 4 redstone. So that will be 12 of these guys. So we press K to compress it down, and we can smelt. Oh, I mathed that wrong. And we can smelt that. We should really ore double these, but I'll get to that later. Right now it's taken a long time to do these things. And then we need steel, and the steel comes from combining coal and iron. So we're gonna need 8 pieces of iron, so 2 more. We don't have more iron, do we? I lied. We need to do this a little bit more. And I think this broken one, let's see, can we repair it? Oh, perfect. So you can repair these ore hammers really easily by just using 3. So otherwise we would have to do the whole thing again, making the 18 compressed ones. So since these ones don't break, I'm actually going to trash the other one, and we'll just keep repairing it. That's going to make it very nice for when we get to the diamond tier 2. So there's our copper. Let's smelt down our iron. And sift these guys. We also need 1 ore of osmium. The iron can go back in there so we can ore double it. And we will need 8 pieces of coal as well. Right. Combine those so we get 4 pieces of steel. We take 4 glass, and we should be able to make the steel casing. And then we combine that with the copper and the redstone, and we have superheating coil element. And this is really nice because it's going to speed this up by a lot. So let's put our torch back down. The lava guy, I guess we can just put over here. I'm going to put something under it. That way, if I break it, we don't lose that. And if we... a hopper is going to be too expensive for us right now, so let's just do it manually. And look how much faster this is going now. So good. All right. So we needed the other... bucket of water, and now we should be able to upgrade this guy. And actually, we'll put the water down. If I pick this up, I'm afraid that our lava is going to turn into obsidian. So we can do this for now. And let's just put a cobblestone below it. That was close. All right, and to upgrade this, we're going to need 6 pieces of copper. Look who decided to show up. Oh, that's kind of nice. I don't have any emeralds right now. Brother. The leather will be... No! Oh, dang it. I want the leather. Something nice with this Paxel is it has attack damage of 10. So it's going to do more damage than... Like a diamond sword has attack damage of 7. So this is already better than that. Where were we? Before we were rudely interrupted. We were trying to upgrade this guy, which we have everything for now. And then the next tier is going to be iron. I don't know if I have enough iron. I don't think so, right? We have A tier. That is enough iron. So let's smelt those guys and upgrade it one more time. And maybe even one more after that. We have enough gold. Right, so those are smelted up. And just remember, guys, make sure that when you're picking up the lava, you pick it up with your iron bucket. Otherwise, you're going to lose the porcelain bucket. So we are ready to move this guy up to the iron tier. And then straight away, we can go to gold. And that's where we're going to stop because up next is emeralds and we don't have emeralds yet. But while we're doing this, let's also upgrade to a compacting drawer. We need to smelt some stone. And let's make, whoops. We're going to do the simple one because that's all we need. One piece of redstone for a piston. Let's place this guy down and grab the water again. Yep, the guy's making... All right, we have enough for a compacting drawer, a simple compacting drawer. Now, when we put this on top, we need to set the filter. So on the bottom, we'll put cobblestone, and then on top is going to be compressed cobblestone. So you can see this is much faster now. And if we put all the cobblestone there, grab a stack at a time, and we can do this thing. All right, and when we decompress that, we'll get 9 stacks of gravel that we can do this to. Pretty soon, we're going to have to worry about food. And by pretty soon, I mean basically right now. All right, so I just smelted or sifted all that gravel, and we can put these guys in here. And what we're looking for is all the copper. And we can compress the copper down. Perfect. That gives us 18, which is just enough to make the ore hammer, which will allow us to double the rest of our ores so we can get more out of our iron, for example. Let's also get the iron ready. We can use 3 of these guys to repair our stone hammer. And our goal next is going to be to get some diamonds so we can upgrade to a diamond, all the diamond tools and things. Do we have osmium? We'll also use the osmium to get an osmium Paxel, which will be great. Let's maybe make some more furnaces. We're going to wait for the copper to smelt down before doing the iron or the osmium, just so we can double them. Pretty soon we're going to get phantoms, which should be okay. Let's see if we can make the flying potion. Let's popped chorus. So it does require phantom membrane. So I will wait until phantom spawn because I want the phantom membrane. And then we are going to work towards making this so we can have creative light. All right, there's enough copper. So we have 2 blocks that we can turn into a copper ore hammer. And that will, so we have 18 iron ores, and that gives us 36 dusts that we can double. And then we just smelt that up. And now we have twice as many iron as we did before. Looks like this tree is done infesting. So we can use more crooks to harvest this. And if you didn't know, we can actually smelt down these silkworms and it'll give us a little bit of food. So let's do that because we're going to be hungry here in just a second. All right. This gives us the smallest amount of food possible. Can we make the juices? Doesn't look like the juicer is in here, so that's a shame, but oh well. We have a ton more string now, and we need 2 more string meshes to complete this. Now let's grab the flint to upgrade it. Now when we use it, all 9 of them should be working. Alrighty, we can get rid of our stone Paxel because now we can make an Osmium Paxel. And this one has much more durability and it does even more damage. So that will be great. And we're going to keep going until we have diamonds. We actually have enough iron to go ahead and upgrade these guys to iron meshes. So let's do that. And now we should actually be able to get diamonds, which is going to be a big help. And once we get the diamonds, I can make the diamond construction stick too, and it'll make this easier. I do stack at a time because you can only break down, with Ultimine, you can only break down a stack at a time. So it just makes it easier. Diamonds. So I sifted 2 more stacks of compressed cobblestone and we're left with 24 diamonds, which is enough. So I'm going to get rid of that compressed hammer and we are going to make, how many do we need? 9. So there's 9 of these guys. And now we have a compressed diamond hammer, which is nice. And we need to make the diamond stick also. So this is actually going to be much, much faster. So now that we have the stick, we can just do this. Compress it. Decompress it. And then get a ton of resources. So guys, this is where I'm going to leave it for this episode. I just wanted to kind of get the really boring early game stuff out of the way, like the sifting and the setting up cobblestone and doing the trees and all that. So now that that's out of the way, in the next episode, we're really going to be able to actually get into some of the mods and set up storage and all of that good stuff. So again, welcome if you are new to the channel. If you're not, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.